Hello and welcome to Solent Sports News. I'm Baldeep Chahal.
And I'm Jack Cochrane. Some breaking news first. Australia's women have retained the Ashes in the last couple of hours with an emphatic 6-wicket victory in Sydney. Here's the moment that English hopes were dashed with an incredible catch by Australian Lisa Healy.
Goes on the charge, there's an edge and it's an absolute blinder! Perry with the wicket, but let's just have a look at this again, because Lisa Healy has taken one of the catches of the summer so far. Jonason's done it, Shute has done it, has Perry done it? A wicket in her first over. Thick outside edge.
Sticking with Aussie cricket, the men's national side have handed a surprise call up to wicketkeeper Tim Paine. The 32-year-old, who last played in a test match back in 2010, joins the side less than a week before the first test at the Gabba. But Cricket Australia's national selector Trevor Hohns believes Paine to be the best wicketkeeper in the country and will be more than ready for this start of the series.
With Tim, I think it's been widely acknowledged for a small amount of time now that he is regarded as the best gloveman in the country. Add that to the fact that he is our T20 wicketkeeper and performs very, very well there. His batting has been pretty good of late. And then, of course, you go the other side of the coin, the unconvincing performances, in our view, of the other wicket-keeping contenders.
Paine believes he's ready to make an impact despite no test match appearances in over 7 years.
It's exciting for an Australian. I think it's probably the biggest series in cricket, and to be here in Australia is even better. So, I made my test debut I think 7 years ago, but I feel like I'm about to make it in the test debut again. So it's extremely exciting, and I'm just absolutely pumped for it. And as I said before, I was in the last 2020 side for Australia, so it's not as if I haven't been wicket keeping. I keep every day of my life. So I'm as ready as I've ever been with the gloves, and as I said, I'm just rapt to have the opportunity, and I'm planning on making the most of it.
Football now, as tomorrow's North London derby looms. Arsene Wenger insists that a win for his under-pressure Gunners can be the catalyst in their season turning around. Arsenal have won 5 out of 5 at home so far this season, and Wenger is sure that this home form can carry his underperforming side to a derby win.
At home we have been very strong, and our home strengths will certainly be vital to decide where we will finish at the end of the season. I think Tottenham is a good side, but we have the quality to win this game, and that's what we want to show.
A local football story now. Eastleigh didn't even have a women's team 18 months ago, but with the growing interest in the female game, the club are looking to the future. Women's coach Gaz Davidson spoke to our reporter Connor Thompson about how they plan to develop young female players.
She's just a girl and she's on fire.
Here at Eastleigh Football Club, the men's team isn't the only team that is working its way up the divisions. The ladies' side has come a long way in 18 months, coming from nothing to finishing as runners-up in the Hampshire Cup and the Hampshire Ladies Division 1. Head coach Gaz Davidson is working hard to make sure the club does everything it can to help the girls get into football at all ages.
18 months ago, Eastleigh Football Club didn't have any girls or ladies football with it. In that 18 months, we've brought in a ladies team. We've now got an under-10s, and under-12s whites, under-12s blues, under-13, under-14 and under-15. We've also got pan-disability football with ladies and girls in that, totaling 114 females at the club now.
Captain of the ladies' side, Leah Shave, joined Eastleigh from the Southampton development programme and has nothing but praise for the direction the club is heading in.
Very good with supporters and like the financial and things like that. Like you have the whole club behind you, like where you're part of the team, like you feel like you're part of Eastleigh.
But as being part of Eastleigh enough, the club are aiming to create a scholarship system to rival the scholarships they have in America.
What we're trying to do here at Eastleigh is, in a couple of years' time, is have that scholarship for girls. So when the under-16s, when they leave school, they can come here. We've got scholarships for boys. So we're looking at scholarships for girls, and then of course the exit route from that will be sort of Premier League teams, WSL2, WSL1 teams, and then of course if that doesn't happen, we'll point them in the direction of America or scholarships across there. Yeah. But as long as they're kept in the game, I think that's got to be the main focus, to keep them in the game.
Following the success of England's national team in the most recent Women's World Cup, Gaz Davidson believes that the big clubs in England will soon buy into ladies football.
Southampton have just started their women's team this season. They've gone and they're now Tier 1, I believe, at RTC, which is Regional Talent Club. And then they've got an under-23s team as well. So they've just started this year. Hopefully Man United will kick on and see the benefits of ladies football and get a team in the next year or two.
And Shave also thinks the funding at the club warrants a place for a women's side.
I've never ever known Man U to have a team. So like, you've had like sort of Arsenal and people and like Man City and people like that have a women's team, but I don't have a clue why Man U don't have a team. I should really with the funding that they've got.
Latest Manakita reports.
Captain Oranges 1-0.
Team Solent's new star striker seems to have settled in well with his new teammates. After struggling to make it with Charlton and Barnsley's academies, Hisham Kasimu has hit the ground running for the Sparks. He's scored a remarkable 12 league goals in only 5 starts. Our reporter Callum Cooper has more.
Barnsley Football Club, that didn't work out either. And then I'm here now, Team Solent, doing alright now.
Meet Hisham Kasimu, the man who bagged 12 goals in his first 5 league starts of his debut season for Team Solent. Courtesy of Kasimu and co, the Sparks have now climbed to 16th from the foot of the table and, if results go their way, can end the weekend a position higher if they defeat Horndean on Saturday. The striker himself has also been challenged to get to where he is.
My first ever team I was playing, I was 5 years old, but I was playing with the under-7s, so I was doing alright. I moved up quite quick. I was playing with older men, like older boys, like around my area. So I just got used to the physical side, so I just moved up straight away.
His form has inspired a turnaround in fortunes at the club, which lost their first 10 league games after a cheerful campaign last year as they finished 7th in the league, made history by reaching FA Vase last 16 and played a cup final at St Mary's. It's inevitable at a university side that players come and go, and Kasimu is helping to ease the pain of one in particular, according to captain Curtis Thorne.
Obviously we've got the calibre of Jesse Waller-Lassen. Like I say, Isham's up there in terms of pedigree of the player, and I can't see why he can't beat his record, to be honest.
Waller-Lassen's a player who has earned iconic status after scoring over 100 goals for the team, but his 3-year spell at Solent came to an end in May. Being compared to him is a real accolade, and it's deservedly so, with manager James Taylor highlighting the attributes which make Kasimu so frightening.
You know, they can always find him, and he gets on the end of lost causes a lot of the time. The fact that we pass the ball so well helps him as well. You know, we keep the ball on the floor. And give him plenty of opportunities to use his great asset, which is his pace.
However, the French-born striker still has room for improvement.
He probably needs to work on his hold-up play a little bit more, but you know, these are all minor details. The more he trains, the more he plays as well. He hasn't played a huge amount of football over the last 2 years, so as soon as he's back, you know, another 6-7 games, I think he'll be even better.
As well as playing the sport, analysing the game of a professional is another way to iron out the creases in your ability, but to also pick the best elements from the top calibre and to press that into your play. By the sound of things though, Kasimu is already aware of that.
2-3 comparisons. When I was younger, I was more like Drogba, and then Sturridge, and now more like Cavani. So I get a lot of chances in games. I do a lot of movement work. So I get a lot of chances. I get 5 chances every game most times, and yeah, Cavani is one player that I watch a lot.
And after moving into the 3rd round of the FA Vase with a 2-0 defeat of Tavistock, there is a feeling around Southampton that their prolific striker can fire them one better than last year. Callum Cooper, Solent Sport News.
And more on Team Solent. Manager James Taylor is looking to go one step further in the FA Vase this year. His side reached the 5th round in last season's campaign, and the Sparks are now in the 3rd round after their 2-0 win over Tavistock this week. Harry Maynard reports.
The FA Cup is a competition steeped in English footballing tradition, with the top teams fighting out for a place at Wembley. However, for teams in the lower reaches of non-league football, they too have a chance to grace the hallowed turf via the FA Vase. Southampton's very own Team Solent are edging closer to a walk down Wembley Way. After an excellent run to the 5th round last season, manager James Taylor believes his side can go even further this time out, after making it to the 3rd round on Tuesday.
It's massive, you know. Obviously, that we got £1,000 for winning the other night. As that goes along, the financial benefits are big. But you know, for us, it's not necessarily about the financial benefits. It's about getting Team Solent noticed on the non-league circuit, and the lads an exposure to really the top level of non-league football. So, you know, it's massive to go as far as we can, but you can only do the old cliches of one game at a time. We've got to beat Bradford Town now, who are in front of us, and then luck with the draw is going to play a huge part as well.
Captain Curtis Thorne was a key member of the 5 players that were involved in the run last year. This time, however, he feels they're one of the best sides involved.
But like I say, we think that we can go all the way. At this level, we think that we're the best team around, so we don't fear no one. The Vars last year was actually my first time I played in the Vars itself, so there's very good players around. But we're going to try and beat, obviously, the last 16. I think we can go a long way this year.
In order to get a ticket to the 4th round stage, Team Solent must overcome Bradford Town, a team from the Toolstation Western Football League.
No, they're going to be a good team. They're doing well in their league, in the top sort of 5. Look, a big, strong side, physical, and no, we'll have to be at our best away from home. Hopefully that will suit us a little bit as well, because I think they'll come at us, and then we have the pace boys to trouble them. But no, we'll have to play at our best to win.
The 2nd of December is a date to put in the diary, and hopefully we'll be back with our cameras once Team Solent have moved closer to playing under the Wembley Arch.
I wish James and everyone at Team Solent the very best for the remainder of the season.
To rugby union now, and France have been chosen as the hosts of the 2023 World Cup. The news was controversial as South Africa were originally chosen as the recommended host by World Rugby. This is the first time in the sport's history that the RFU has voted against the recommendation. South African Rugby Union President Mark Alexander was extremely disappointed with the decision.
The World Rugby Board made a recommendation which was unanimous, and to vote against that decision, it's quite a thing to say to your board. So we also just like to apologise for raising the expectations of the South African public back home. Our public was, we had crowds and crowds of people meeting in different parts of the country, watching this live, and it must have been very disappointing for them.
Pound for Pound Gym in Southampton has been helping develop young boxers for years. They're always looking for the next Anthony Joshua. Our reporter Mark Francis went to find out how watching someone like AJ has affected young up-and-coming fighters.
After successfully retaining his WBA, IBF and IBO heavyweight titles last month, Anthony Joshua will be aiming to extend his unbeaten professional record in 2018. Joshua has now become a huge household name in the sport. So how likely are we to see another boxer that can compete at the highest level of the sport? Pound for Pound boxing owner Steve Barnes believes there has been an uptake in participation levels since Joshua's success at London 2012.
The last 5 years, maybe more, boxing has definitely been on the rise. The last sort of few Olympic appearances, we've seen massive spectating and participation in sport as well. But not just for amateur boxers, but for female boxers, kids as well. I think boxing is seen as a far more simple sport, but not only seen, it is actually a safer sport than what it used to be.
Pound for Pound boxing is renowned in Southampton for its ability to help young boxers progress in their journey. One of the best prospects is Irishman Terry Krubu. Krubu hasn't been boxing for long, but says Joshua is an inspiration to him.
As a boxer, he's very good. He shows his hard work, and as every fight goes on, he's improving. And as a person, he's a real public icon that everyone looks to, and the way he projects himself to the public is very good.
However, like all boxers, Krubu is confident in his own ability and believes he could eventually take on Joshua.
I feel so confident I could take on anyone.
Can you take on AJ?
Bring him down to my size, I'll take him on.
Pound for Pound boxing coach Michael Carl also praised Anthony Joshua's rise in the sport. He believes Joshua's all-round conduct is benefiting the amateur levels of the game and has seen a rapid rise in participation levels at different ages.
I think since he's been out there a lot more now, I think a lot of people is warm to boxing, and there's been a lot of insiders, people coming in to want to do boxing as well. Just for even wearing the clothes, like the Storm clothes he wears, where he promotes that, for instance, a lot of people now obviously going around wearing it, and a lot of people just want to get involved.
Anthony Joshua will meet Deontay Wilder in 2018, and with several promising faces at Pound for Pound boxing showroom, we wait to see if any of them can follow in the footsteps of the heavyweight champion.
And sticking with the heavyweight division, the drama continues to brew before Tony Bellew's second clash with David Haye. Bellew believes his opponent's recent injury rumours were simply fabricated to unsettle him. The boxer, known as the Bomber, expects Haye to begin the bout aggressively, but is confident he can withstand the early pressure.
round from Tony Bellew. Hay spins around. He punches his arms along. But Bellew, wow, that was impressive.
And if their last clash is anything to go by, we've certainly got some fireworks to look forward to.
That's all from us for today. Make sure to join us next week at 1 o'clock. Goodbye.
Bye.